Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life. I'm going to give you guys an update of what's going on. We're looking at a website called windy.com. It's a great website. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with this, already a Category 2. It is just south of Cuba. You can see Pinar del Rio, Havana, and the island of Youth right here, which is getting slammed right now. There's winds, let's see, 36 miles an hour winds. But if you look at the hurricane wall, there's places all along here. There are already sustained winds of 60 miles an hour all through here. And there's wind gusts of up to 120 miles an hour. This thing has dramatically increased and changed. This is the European model, which it puts it out here. But if you look at, they're going to give you a completely different reading. This doesn't look like much here, but these are sustained winds. When you look at the current trajectory of what this storm is projected to do, you'll see that the winds right now are sustained at 110 miles an hour. Tonight at 2 a.m., it is just south of Pinar del Rio. It's expected to hit winds of 121 miles an hour sustained. It'll be a Category 3. As soon as it gets on the other side of Cuba and into the Gulf of Mexico, be a Category 4, about 200 miles roughly outside of Naples, Florida. Now, right now it's still calm in Southwest Florida. And a vast majority of the predictions are putting it here. Now, if you guys remember with Hurricane Charlie did exactly the same thing that this storm is doing. Naples and Punta Gorda, Cape Coral, remember that this is exactly what Hurricane Charlie was supposed to do. In fact, the prediction for Hurricane Charlie was even further north than this. When Hurricane Charlie got into the Gulf, it started to move towards Southwest Florida, and it went between Cape Coral and Punta Gorda, somewhere through here, the Charlotte Harbor, and it annihilated Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte. Lots of mobile homes in here. It was a complete disaster. I used to live in Naples, right around here. Wind meter right here, and it read 121 miles an hour. As the storm worked its way into the Charlotte Harbor, it put winds along the coast of Naples at 120 miles an hour, causing a lot of damage and devastation to this area. Hurricane Irma was also going to follow a more northern trajectory, and Hurricane Irma actually came in through Marco Island, which is south of Naples. So both Irma and Charlie, keep in mind that Tampa and Orlando have millions of people. There's about 3 million people in the Tampa area and 2.5 in the Orlando area. So you have about 6 million people that live in this little triangle up here between Tampa and Orlando. Yet you only have 1 million people between Naples and Lee County. But I remember with Hurricane Charlie went this way. I'm definitely not making a prediction. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. By the time this thing is out in the Gulf and we wake up tomorrow, it may be already rainy and windy. I noticed that what's different with this hurricane is that nobody boarded up properties in Southwest Florida because the predictions for the north, and everybody who's boarding up might be leaving it for last minute, which means that a lot of people will not be able to protect their property. So if by any chance, even within the current cone that we have now, if this storm were to take the cone, let's say if it were to go as far to the east as possible, you would have winds of 100. Here's a Category 4 here. If it was a Category 4 around here, let's say, Category 4 hurricane landing perhaps in Captiva, just outside of the Charlotte Harbor area, which is what they usually like to do, it would be catastrophic for Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, this whole area here. So it's a very scary situation, and unlike other hurricanes, preparation, I think, has been very minimal from people. We'll see what happens. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just giving you guys my opinion, and I'm just letting you guys know that I remember Hurricane Irma, I remember Hurricane Charlie, and for some reason these storms sometimes like to take this trajectory here. If this storm were to take the trajectory towards the other direction, towards the west, will cause severe flooding and storm surge all through here. But usually that happens when the storm lands further to the west. So we'll watch all that, and tomorrow we'll have a much better idea of what's going to happen. Very calm in the Gulf right now, but as the storm and its winds cross Cuba, the Gulf of Mexico will also become very turbulent. there are gigantic areas of wind and waves. I mean, pretty much the same thing that's going on in the Caribbean now that's huge for us. It's nothing in comparison. You can see right there our hurricane. It's nothing in comparison to what's going on in Antarctica and around around the southern hemisphere of the world in the wintertime. So, I mean, if you think this is a problem for us, imagine what's going on out here, which is the entire world, really. South Pole extreme weather. All right, guys, there it is. That is our little situation.